Welcome, bow betters. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke. Happy New Year's, people. Big changes in the fight. UFC 311, we're going to do a little discussion on it. I know I'm a little late to the game. Also going to be competing with the live weigh-in, not weigh-in show. Maybe not. We might not discuss too much here. I fumbled on my play. I stepped away from what play I did have. There are some things we can discuss here, guys. Uh, yeah, so good on everybody. All right. Welcome, bow betters. My theme music. Let me see if everything's going well, guys. Welcome, bow betters. Welcome to the show. Let's see if we got some. Yeah. Brian's in here. Ray's here. What's up, Ray? So we got people in the chat. That's cool. Hopefully this stays this way. Are you ready? We are ready. That's right. Ray's ready. Ray's ready. Ray, you been making any money on the UFC? Do you do UFC gambling, or are you just a fan? Which is fine, you know. Like even though this is a gambling show, we also a fan show. You know, as long as you enjoy the fights. But you know, sometimes like actually last week, we had yeah, Ray, the FaceTime didn't seem to work so well last time. You know what I mean? So I'm a little hesitant to use it because the sound just didn't come out right, and I haven't figured that all out. And I was going to this week, and I did have the time. Guys, I've been really fucking lazy. I cannot lie. I've been lazy as hell. Let me get the little more light on me, guys. Yeah, we got the About Better shirt, the other About Better shirt from Sobchecks from Joey's family made these here. So that's cool. Um, Let me pop out the chat here. Pop out the chat and see if I can put myself. What I'll do is I'll put myself for now. Yeah, see, Bria, I didn't. The sound was bad, yeah, but the show, I mean, the guys' input that everyone's been putting in, I've been very happy with. Adrian has been surprisingly really good. All right, there's the pop out. There's the chat right there, so you guys can be seen in the chat. And I haven't been able to friggin' adjust the friggin' chat location. Like, let me see it. You know, I can move myself. Oop, took myself out of there. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, the last show was pretty good. Again, I really wish the sound were a little better, but you know, we're trying to get there. Let me see if I can move. Oh, that's why. That's why. I figured it out. I figured it out. So now the chat's at least up there, and we got the chat going on. So everybody doesn't have to participate. You guys can actually participate through the chat, and I can respond through the chat. Not everybody, you know. I mean, it does take a little longer, but let's see if we'll see. We'll see if we I don't want to fiddle with the technology right now. I don't really have a plan. It's not really a schedule or anything, but it'd be great if we can at least start off with the chat. And like I asked Ray, and Ray, I appreciate that you appreciate the gang and the guys. It is always good to have more people helping me out, so I'm not the only one. Like it's not just a one-way discussion, right? It's getting other people's opinions. But then Joey's over there in the dark like some weirdo, laying on his bed scratching his balls on his dirty fucking pillows, and fucking Brian's doing the same thing, and or he's driving in his fucking car. You know, Adrian's the only one that's got his shit together, who's got, you know, nice light, good mic, is in a good place, and you could actually see him and hear him, and it works out good. But these other guys are fucking jokers, man. They're just fucking don't respect that quality is important. You got to have good quality, you know. The show is a quality show, you know. Like we've improved on things. The quality and reflects on our picks. You got to have quality picks, quality production, right? And it just hasn't been that late. Like B always at work. Yeah, B's at work all the time. Always at work or in the car, and he'll step in for like 1 second, then disappear. Like I said, Joey's in the dark, fucking doing who knows what to himself as he's on the show, and he doesn't really say anything. He'll say like one thing. I'm like, what about Moicano? You know, and that's it. Like no other input and shit. And then Al, forget Al. Al's always just angry out someplace. He's probably yelling at somebody at work right now. Old Al. So yeah, the big development is we do it raw. That's right. The big the big news that everybody knows at this point right now is that Moicano is in and Sarukian is out. They said it's something with his back. So what the fuck was he doing? That's my question. What the fuck was Sarukian doing besides stretching, right, and eating? Uh, this is my usual Bahama like premix cocktail. A lot of sugar, very unhealthy for me. I gotta definitely get off of them. Yeah, hit up the likes, hit the hearts. Share this with somebody. Try to get somebody else in here. The more like YouTube, when you use this software, doesn't let you're not broadcasted out to the larger Brian the Brain. I got to do a graphic for Brian the Brain's pick, but it all seems so corny. What I'd like to do, maybe if like if I knew somebody that did like cartooning, I'd like get a picture of you, Brian, or have them like draw a picture of you with like your head sort of exploding, like a big brain exploding with money coming out of it, rather than fireworks, like money coming out of uh, the head. That's what I'd like to do, like some kind of animated picture. Ray, the guys are at work. They could probably come on, but it's just like technology wise. Let's give it a go. If you guys really, if you want to listen to the guys, but let's just talk about first things first, right? Yeah, Brian, the picture won't work, like because I'm saying like, or I could try the picture and yeah, run it through AI and see if I could do that, like make it an AI picture, right? And I like that concept, something like that that looks cool, right? Because other than just if I just have a brain with Brian the Brain, that's gonna look, like shit, right? Like it's just not gonna look right. So something cool like animated would be really good. Emergency press conference. Yeah, we'll do the pre-live tomorrow. We'll do the pre-live tomorrow, and maybe Joey later on, you could help me once you're back home at work. We'll like do a test with the sound on through because FaceTime should work perfect because I'm going Mac and you guys are on iPhones, right? So it should be like a no-brainer, but for some reason the audio is just crap. And I haven't figured that out because I have, the FaceTime audio indicator here. It is going through the application. So I don't know what the problem is. I don't know, what it is. So no, Joey, I can't hit the casino. I did actually go out yesterday with Michelle. I could, but I spent way too much money there, man. I mean, I like it, and but with the ease now of DraftKings, right? And I just might get tempted with let's see if they're going to showcase this event, right? Like we haven't been there in so long. Maybe they don't even show like the UFC on the big screen. They show mainly the college things and they games, and they put like UFC just in one spot, right? So we'll see. Maybe I might be convinced. What time's the fight tomorrow, guys? Yeah, Joey's saying the streams don't work no more. You might be correct on that. So it says the date, but let me see on DraftKings then what time DraftKings has the fight going. You guys won't see that. Oh, it starts at 5, Joey. Joey's saying it starts at 5. One thing I really love about Mac is and it has it for the phones as well, right? Like you could lock your phone out with the facial recognition or the fingerprint, right? I love that fingerprint thing, man, with Mac. That is like revolutionary. Yeah, 515. Tagir Ulanbekov versus Clay Carpenter. And Tagir is just a big favorite. The start of the card isn't horrible. It's not great. Let's get at a little room spot. You mean one of the rooms in the back? I don't know. I don't know if they'll let us go behind the screen and do the private room. We haven't been gambling there enough and losing enough money or winning enough money to get that room, right? No, room to Ray, like at Rivers, they have a private lounge that in the back of the big screen at the sports book, and it's just a green room, right? Where it's got TVs in there. They got a table, a table. I don't know if you could smoke in there. I don't think you could smoke in there, but it's couches. Like it's just a VIP room, right? That you could watch the event and you're not around everybody and you got your own private server, right? That takes care of you, gets all your drinks, and it's just for you, just for you and your friends. And it's normally like high rollers or VIP folks. And I got to peep it. I walked in because I knew somebody that was in the room once, and it wasn't all that spectacular. It's great because you're by yourself and everybody's got a seat, right? And if you buy food or you have a cater, have it catered like these people did, they had a private cater. It's got the food there, they got dishes, and they have like a private server and a busser there for you. So they got two people serving you, and you still have to go outside to make bets. Like there's no machine there. There's no machine for you to like make bets right there. That'd be sick. And they probably have done that by now. That's what I would do if I had that VIP room. I'd have one of their betting computers right there, so that you could place bets on the spot. That's what I would do if I were Rivers. But who knows? Everybody does business differently, and but yeah. So that was the big news. Moicano stepping in. So what happens with Benel Dariush? And why didn't Benel, even though I think it's because he's on a two-fight losing streak, he's a higher ranked opponent than Moicano, and he didn't get the nod, right? So he got snubbed, and he's a UFC vet, and I think it's because Moicano just talks better. Like Benel, Joey says Joey's pick is Jiri. Yeah, I like his cause. He seems very confident. Like Jamal, Jamal's just been doing too much media. Like he doesn't want to fight. Yeah, I bet the UFC paid Dariush. I bet they paid him out. They're like, hey, we'll give you your contract money. It's like you won. It's a win-win for you. You don't have to go in there and get your ass kicked. You had to cut weight, but we're gonna pay you, and go enjoy the fight with your family. Go enjoy your family. Help them out with the fire or whatever it is. But yeah, I think that's the case, Joey. That they compensated him. They had to help him out. So for him, it's a win-win. But he doesn't get the championship event. And here's another thing: does Moicano get any of the pay-per-view points? And how does this affect Islam's pay-per-view points? Do they get reduced? Does he get more? Like, how does the whole pay structure for everybody? How does that change? Like, and when there's a change like this, can't like if I were like fucking who got snubbed is the Nurmagomedov and fucking this guy. They got snubbed. They should have put them as the main event, right? They should have moved them into the main event. And but it all comes down to money, right? Like I just don't understand how Merab Davishvili and Umar Nurmagomedov doesn't become like the main card, right? And I bet it's all about money. They wanted Merab, and Merab's agent probably sucks. I'd be like, no, if you're not moving us into the main event, we want a bigger chunk of the pay-per-view because we should be the main event, and it's a different card now. Once there is a change like that, and I bet there's like something in the contracts that has some contingency for this that doesn't allow Merab and Umar to renegotiate their contract if Islam and Renato, or Islam and Sarukian, so there was some change like that. So, but believe me, there is money lost because of this, and Again, what was Sarukian doing to get injured, right? For Brian saying he's bringing two locks. Oh, let's see, Brian. We'll talk about that in a moment. Like, but what the fuck was Sarukian doing on the day before the fight that he got injured? Makes absolutely no sense. Did he slip on the fucking goddamn shower? Was he still cutting weight? Right? Like, it just doesn't make any sense that you get hurt at this stage and it's a back injury. Either you got like just like Ray's on Marab, and I can't hate you, Ray. I mean, I think Marab is he's gone down in value because now he's only plus 205. He was like plus 265. It was almost like plus 300. So you're getting him late, and I think he's going to get closer. He's going to fall down to like maybe a plus 190, plus 180. I know it doesn't matter a lot. It matters a lot if you're betting a lot, but Marab is like the most skilled, like one of the most skilled fighters on the card, and so is Umar, but he's like the most skilled dog on the card. Because if you look at like Jamal Hills is skilled, but he's like a one-trick pony. He's like KO or bust, right? And now Jiri's now moved into dog position, right? Sergey Spivak, uh, you know, so oh man, and like Holland moved into a bigger dog. Everyone's on this Rainier the Riddler because he's gonna wrestle fucking Kevin Holland's another one of those fighters. I don't think he's got enough money. I think he's more concerned with his podcast and getting on a show, like being in front of the camera, just like Jamal Hill. And I think that they're just two guys that want to do the social media thing, and good for them. And I think that's the way they can make some money because they're both funny and interesting guys. But I think Hill's jumping at it a little too quick. And I think Jiri for that money, plus 114 isn't a bad bet at all. Because Jamal Hill is there to be hit. He's long and lengthy, but he isn't a very good kicker. He's extremely, extremely good striker. Good, got power in his hand. But if Jiri could hold him down, right, just keep him down, get him down, which is really tough to do, and then play his kickboxing game, he can outpoint Jamal Hill. The over/under on that one, by the way, guys, is set at 1.5. Yeah, Jiri don't have to worry about calf kicks, yeah, or takedowns from Hill. Yeah, he is a one-trick pony. He's a knockout artist, but he's a damn good one. Like, even though he's mainly knocked out cans, right? Other than Glover, and Glover was an old man, but yeah, I mean, and Jiri, his wrestling isn't that great. I mean, yeah, he did get that submission, but on Glover, but he's not a great wrestler himself. And I think that's what how this guy was able to beat Jiri as well as he was with those calf kicks, right? Like Pieta has got like the strongest calf kicks in the game, right? Here, let me go and get my drink and fill it up, guys. But yeah, so big change. Um, we heard Joey's pick is Jiri. I like that pick, but man, fucking Jamal Hill is always live for that fucking KO, dude. He's a KO artist, and he's got power, and he's so long. But Jiri's just as long, but Jiri's chin is questionable, right? Pieta fucked that guy up. Pieta, I made a minus 500 is a lot. Yeah, this card, from a gambling standpoint, is not that great on the money lines, right? I haven't done too much of analysis on I like the over 1.5, for example, in Shiri Jamal Hill, right? It's going to be a 3-rounder. The over 1.5 is minus 160. So they see it going to the deep to the second round, if not the third round. And I think if that's the case, Jiri can win this, right? If it's in round 3, Jiri should be leading or start to take over and be more effective against Jamal Hill. Because Jamal, Joey's like, yeah, this could be a parlay card. Yeah, like I said, I pulled out. I cashed in my. I had $100 on Kevin Holland with Whaley, and I'm glad I did because now Holland's a dog, and I just didn't like the way Holland is had looked. He looks like too calm, which is fine. Like, and I know that's his attitude. Like, oh, I don't really give a fuck. He's just chilling. And this Renee the Riddler guy's young, was so big, like in the face-offs yesterday at the press review. Like Renee the Riddler was so big that I was just like, man. I mean, this is Holland's in a lot of trouble, and I mean, Holland's not being serious. He's like always joking. He's like, oh, don't shoot for a takedown right away, blah blah blah. And it's like, dude, you're telling him the game plan. Like he's gonna shoot for a takedown in the first 15 seconds. Like that's what I would do. It's like, oh, you don't want me to shoot a takedown? Guess what? I'm gonna fucking fake a thing, and I'm gonna fucking take you down immediately, immediately. So I just don't think Holland. Uh, yeah, I mean, no, that kid he could wrestle. He could wrestle. That kid can wrestle. Joey, that Riddler, he's a more of a jujitsu guy, regardless of if his yeah, Rainier de Ritter, his takedown defense is 100%. His takedown accuracy, yeah, it's not very good at 38%. Striking accuracy is 57%, right? But he averages his takedown average is 6.39, right? So and it's just based off of one fight, right? He had 5 takedowns against Gerald Mearshart, which isn't saying anything because Gerald would be happy to go to the ground, but he submitted Gerald Mearshart. Like, all Holland's got to do is stay on the feet, and I think he could get that KO. And Holland KO only plus 170. They're not giving you great value there, right? On Kevin Holland for that KO. DraftKings giving plus 185, but that's still not great, man. And Riddler to win by submission plus 330. Him to win by KO is plus 1200. And the decision is plus 240 for Riddler and plus 550 for Kevin Holland. Which, so they're thinking Holland actually has the more likelihood of finishing Riddler, but yet he's the underdog. So, I mean, I could change my mind. Maybe Riddler becomes more of a dog after tonight's face-off, and people like you're gonna see this guy Riddler blow back up, right? He's gonna balloon back up. He's a big kid, and maybe that could help. So, opening of the main card is always a finish. Yeah, I mean, there's some truth to that, and there's some odds there, but yeah, Holland had dog money. Now he's dog money. I don't need to parlay him, right? I mean, but I do need to find somebody, and maybe on this card, it won't be Holland. It ain't gonna be Peyton Talbot at minus 1050, but somebody to parlay with Wei Lee, right? Maybe Grant Dawson. I'm still confused on this. Aline Perez versus Cara Rosa. Perez is young and hungry. She's not that great, but she's quick. She's much younger. Um, she's more known for her twerking, of course, but Joey says he's going to put 200 on Holland. Yeah, that dog money, like I might split it. I might put like, I do my like $80 bet, like 50-50-30, or maybe $100 bet 80-20, 80 on the money line and then 20 on the TKO. Because I think, Holland it can finish. Perez finish is plus 1200. Which Perez? Which Perez we got here? Oh, Eileen Perez. Yeah. And this, Rosa's more of the finisher, although Eileen Perez has been finishing people. Uh, it's going to be an interesting one. Like Rosa's up there, right? Like it's a gatekeeper fight. They would love Eileen Perez to be more famous there, right? Like they could market her. She does the dancing, the twerking. She's very pretty. The UFC loves their cute little fighters, right? Like they usually protect them, but this is a big stepping stone. If Aline Perez, you'll be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised if she gets close to a title shot just from beating Cara Rosa. I would not be surprised. Right? Like Dana loves and the matchmakers love the pretty little girls, right? Cara Rosa is not that little or that pretty, right? So she's been there a long time. She's well seasoned, and yet she doesn't get a push, But you'll see that the girls that are pretty, well spoken, they get a little bit of a push, right? They get a little bit of a push. So yeah, Cara Rosa, 18-6, right? What's their age? Oh, they're the same age. They're the same age. But yeah, Cara Rosa lands 6 strikes per minute compared to Aline's 2.4. And of course, it's only based because Aline Perez is still like new to the UFC, like 2 or 3 fights. Striking accuracy is about the same. Strikes absorbed per minute. This is Cara Rosa's problem. She absorbs 5 strikes per minute, and Aline Perez only 1.34, right? And Aline Perez has much better striking defense, and that's because she moves better. So I think takedown average, Aline Perez 5.36 compared to Cara Rosa's 1.2. Takedown accuracy 51% compared to 46, and they have similar takedown defense. So this, this is they're both coming off wins. Yeah, I think the problem I'm just not sold completely on uh, Aline Perez's wrestling, right? She may not have to wrestle. Fight with Norma Dumont. Yeah, that was a boring fight. Dumont had 1 takedown on there. She controlled her for 4 minutes. How did Dumont end up winning that? Like, Cara Rosa actually had more total strikes. It was a unanimous decision for Norma Dumont. That's interesting. That is. I have to watch that. I should watch that fight again. Joey's saying that is that Spivak? Sojpak? Oh, Bernardo Spojak minus 250. Yeah, Turskios is not like. I mean, I think it's just because he's a character and he does like. Yeah, I don't like Ricky Turkios at all, right? And that's why he's an underdog, right? A fairly sizable underdog, right? Ricky Turkios. Yeah, he's plus 205. Bernardo Sobjob. Let's see what Sobjob. What's his history here? Bernardo. Yeah, Turkios. What's cool? What's cool is I love that. That's the yeah. Bernardo Sobchak is got knocked out though by Vinicius Oliveira in that Rosenstrike Gaziev in back in March, way back in March. Flying knee. That's one of the worst cards fucking of the year. Sobchak had some control time, and he was winning the fight, right? He was winning the fight. He had 90. He had more total strikes. He had fewer significant strikes, but he had more strikes, more takedown, more control. He has a better takedown percentage, right, than Vinicius Oliveira. So up to that point in the round 3, he was doing pretty good, right? He wasn't doing horrible, right? Vinicius was hitting that body. That's what probably forced Bernardo to. And I don't think that's going to happen with Turkios. Uh, yeah, I wouldn't do the Sobchak. Maybe I'll do the Sobchak. He'll become my partner, my other leg with Wei Lee, right? Gas. It was only on 2 days' notice for the Sobchak. Yeah, he must have gassed. He was doing okay until that third round. I think those body shots, and that's the way to do it. If someone's coming on short notice, man, you attack that body, man. That's just a no brainer. If you're a coach, you're like, dude, you gotta attack that body and wrestle. Like wrestle and fucking attack the body. Like he's coming in, on short notice, he will gas, right? Most people on short notice. And that's why I think Moicano's, that's his only benefit, is that he was already preparing for a fucking wrestling war against Benel, right? A guy who can wrestle and strike, but is a strong wrestler, a strong grappler, and so he's in shape for a fight. So I mean, that's Moicano's only saving grace right now, is that he's involved in that. So yeah, so man, you guys are so many fucking messages. Yeah. Adrian just sent a picture, and I agree. Like, oh, don't hurt your, Armin doing like back exercises and hitting the weights before his fight. This could be older footage. I think it's older footage. I hope. I hope. But if he was doing still exercising after the fucking weight cut, right? Or even before the weight cut, if he was like doing back exercises, he was just stupid. So I feel sorry for Armin Sarukian because, you know, yeah, Joey makes a point. Yeah, it's true. The UFC could be saying thank you, and they give Turkios, this guy, a lamb to the slaughter to this other guy because he did the UFC a favor. I might agree, Joey, but I just don't like that number. And I don't know how much of a finisher he is, right? The over under set at 2.5 too. Over 2.5 is set at -210, so they think it's going to go to a decision. Under 2.5 is +160, right? So I don't know about that one, man. But it's something to definitely be put on the radar. Like keep it in mind, guys, for tomorrow. Keep that fight and its outcome and potential outcomes in your radar as a possible play. But yeah, Sarukian, what the fuck happened? Like I remember with our guy fucking with Nurmagomedov and this dude when he tripped over a cable, right? Like when they were finished doing their interview, he tripped over a cable and fucked up his ankle, right? Like I understand that, right? But what happened in between, you know, getting to your room and there's not a lot you need to do on the last 2 days. You're not doing very much. You're just rehydrating, right? Or if you're cutting weight, you're on the trying to dine and you're in the sweat box, right? Or you're just laying down, like you're not even running. You might be on the dyno bike, whatever, but you're just really just sweating it out. You're not doing any like striking mitts and fucking back presses or anything like that. So I don't know, man. I do not like uh, the way this is going because I thought Armin had a really strong chance. I mean, that their first fight was close. It was a close fight. I mean, I picked Makachev winning, but it was a very close fight. And it's years later. And again, like, when is Sarukian? He's not going to send up the title shot again. You know, he better hope Moicano wins. But even if that wins, that would give Makachev a fucking rematch. He missed his chance for another year, possibly even 2 years. Like you dropped the ball, right? Like yeah, like Tony Ferguson. Once Ferguson got that ankle hurt, never going to see the title shot ever again. Never going to see it again. You get hurt on the day of or just before the event is about to happen. You're not going to see a title shot possibly ever in your career. So Sarukian dropped the bag, and he definitely hurt his career because he's not going to make the same kind of money. He's not in the big show. He's not going to see a championship. It's that's a big detriment to him and his family. But the solid thing for him is he's still a big badass, right? Like, he won't get the next shot though. Like, maybe Makachev does him a favor, maybe, but I doubt it. Makachev's gonna go for a legacy fight, maybe one more fight, but he already beat Oliveira. He's beat everyone right in the division. I mean, he's almost cleared out the. Let's see the. Let me see. Yeah, he's almost cleared out the division, right? So, and I think Islam is already looking to come up, and I don't know why he wouldn't fight Bilal. He should just go up, and, even if Bilal's his friend. I'm like, you're my friend, but I'm fighting your ass because I'm getting my legacy, and you're in my way, and you're the easiest person he could fight is fucking Bilal. So I don't know why he doesn't, like, after this fight, and he's gonna beat Moicano. He's gonna submit him, or knock him out, by ground and pound. He should, you know what? Fuck this. I'll challenge the winner of Bilal Shavkat, and hopefully it's fucking Bilal, right? Or he just comes in and trumps Shavkat, says fuck it, Shavkat, I'm coming in. So, and then the UFC will give him that. They'll let him trump over and jump over and pass up Shavkat. They will. They will for a big fight like that. It could be in Abu Dhabi, and the fucking Arabs would love it. I'm telling you. It's fucking that would be the best thing to happen for Sarukian, because then Sarukian could fight someone else, right? Because for the lightweight interim strap, or all strap. So yeah, so he's beat Poirier, right? I'm not going to consider the Volkanovski wins because he's not a true 155er. He beat Oliveira. He beat King Green. He beat Dan Hooker. He beat Thiago Moses. He beat Drew Dover. He beat Arman Sarukian again. That was back in 2019. Gleason T-Ball, he's not in there anymore. Chris Wade, all these guys are no longer in the UFC. But if you look at the UFC lightweight division, I don't think that there is a ton of people there. Yeah, Moicano loses, he'll never see a title shot either. This is where is it? Where in the fuck is that? Yeah, like Gaethje's there, like Hook Dos Anjos, and Cerrone's possibly coming back. Clay Guida got dropped off. Benoit Saint Denis got knocked out. Yeah, that's it. There's nobody else for really Makachev to make a big fight with after this fight. Gamrot, like he lost recently, right? There is no there is no reason. And what if I were Islam Makachev's manager, which I think he's with the fucking De La Sleaze guy, the sleaze ball. But I wouldn't even work with him. I'd be like, hey, I don't care if this dude's another Muslim. But now I mean, uh, I'd go up. I'd go up and fight him immediately. After this, I think he should call out his friend, right? He should call out Bilal Muhammad. It makes no sense not to, right? That's what you got to do. You got to. There's nobody. There's no other money fight there. There's no money. There's no money in fighting any of these guys again. The top guys that he's already beat, right? He's already beat Charles Oliveira, who just beat. They can't trump it and throw in not got Justin Gaethje, but Michael Chandler, right? Like they can't give Michael Chandler a fucking title shot after a loss. That's not anything. I mean, they might, considering how exciting he was, right? Like they might, they could do it because it's all based on money, right? So if I'm Islam, I win this fight. I go up against Bilal Muhammad. If he loses, he's going to get a rematch with Ronaldo Moicano. Moicano has nothing to lose here, except his opportunity maybe to get a title shot in the future, which I think he still could get. And a lot of these guys can, but, there's nobody at the top right now that is a future contender for Islam Makhachev. So I would be on that Islam side. Blow myself up a little bit so I could. Oh, I could actually. It's more of a camera here that I want to try to get the T-shirt in there, but that's okay. So yeah, guys, we've made some. Everyone's left the chat. See, when you guys leave the chat, it makes it a little bit harder, and I might as well. Let me see when the UFC show is. Whoa, 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 whoa. Welcome, bow batters. What? Only 2 people in the stream. That's all right. Ceremonial. Oh, it's already on. The ceremonial weigh-ins are already on. So I'm going to. Let's see where they're at in this. Oh yeah, they're already on live. So I'm just gonna watch them with you guys, and I'll just discuss it. I won't show it. Won't play the sound. This fight right here. Show the graphic. Who's this Asian guy? Nakamura, and they don't. I hate they don't show the graphic of the names. Like, dude, don't you? Okay, so here's Cara Rosa facing off against Aline Perez. Aline Perez. Yeah, Rosa looks different. Oh yeah, Perez, of course, looking pretty, wearing the flag on her butt. That should be insulting to the country. You know what I mean? She does have a smoking body, though. I think she does the fake lips too. Dana's probably tapping it. Dana's tapping it. He's already tapped it. Yeah, this Aline Perez is a live because she's a scrappy girl. She's much faster. Carosa's so slow, but she's so tough. Yeah, look at the height. No, it's not a ton of a height difference, but one. And Aline's already fucking disrespecting her. You know? Oh, and then she's twerking. The some Argentinians, man, they're so cocky, man. But everybody's got cocky people, I guess. But from my experience with a lot of Argentinians, man, it's so conceited. They're beautiful people. They have every reason to be, proud of themselves. A beautiful country, beautiful women. Argentinian women are stunningly gorgeous. Beautiful land, great food, hardworking people, very intelligent, very athletic. There's Diego Fiera. And, always, he's just a gatekeeper, right? He's fighting for a paycheck, always fights for your money. But Grant Dawson's on the come up, and Grant needs this, right? I mean, Dawson might be. Yeah, is this at 155? Dawson might be one looking for a title shot soon. But he's not a draw. Right? He's not a draw. So it's going to be Guskov versus Billy Elakana. Stay away from this fight, guys. I haven't looked any research on either of these dudes. Elikana's coming out of America. America. Is he Hawaiian? I can't listen to what this is, so just gonna talk you through it. He looks in good shape. Looks really good and slim. He's ripped, right? He's tall, good stature, very nice arm length. He's got a good reach, good leg as well. So we'll see if he's actually can put his physical attributes to use here. And Guskov, yeah, Guskov looks ripped too. Yeah, I think Guskov's going to be the bigger guy. No, he's the shorter guy, middle thicker. I like the way Guskov doesn't even look at him. Zachary Reese versus Oz Akamat Bekov. Another fight I'm staying away from. Ozmat Benkoev. Staying away from this one. Oh, guys, I was going to drop the stream and we ended up watching it, just this. I don't mind watching it this way. It's like, I can't play the sound. I don't think I could show it to you, which sucks, but it's all good. Again, no one's in the chat, so. There's Zachary Reese. He looks good. And, that's one thing about UFC guys, man. They're never, at this level, no one fucking looks horrible, right? Like, they're the days of fucking, what's his name? Heavyweight, being fat, rubbing his belly. Those days are gone. I faked the takedown there. All right, biggest favorite on the card. One of the biggest favorites ever, pretty much. For sure for this year. Starting off the year, he's going to end up being one of the biggest favorites of the year. Again, I don't have a accurate history of that, but I mean, Moroni is always a gatekeeper. Solid fighter, but this Peyton Talbot kid, it's going to be a test for him, but I think he's going to overcome it. Yeah, Moroni is always ready to fight, man. He's not a coward. He'll fight for your money. Just brawls too much. And that's going to favor Peyton Talbot. It's going to have the speed advantage, that quickness, great kicks, like super fast kicks here. Like just so talented athletically. And he's getting more time to mature. They're bringing Peyton Talbot up quite well. And he's got the height and reach advantage. Oh, my God. Yeah, big height and reach advantage. Peyton's going to style on him. He might not finish him, but Peyton Talbot's going to style on him. Everybody knows it. Here's the one. Let's see how the Kevin Holland versus Rene de Ridder. Let's see how de Ridder looks. And that was Joey's pick. Holland, and I'd have to agree with him at this point because I had Holland before and then I backed off just looking at the size of this motherfucker. Look at him. He is a big guy, right? He could, yeah, look at his reach. He's got long arms. He's probably got longer arms than Kevin Holland. Long legs, but he's the one trick. I think if Holland could stuff the takedowns and just focus, like take the fight fucking seriously, he could end up winning. All de Ridder needs is 1 or 2 takedowns, and that's it. He'll suck Holland's soul out of his body. Right? Kevin Holland will just like, yeah, he's saying no takedowns. Like de Ridder ain't saying shit. De Ridder's like not letting him get Holland get in his head. Jalton Almeida versus Sergey Spivak. Yeah, man. I mean, Almeida I thought was going to be a champion, and Spivak almost had a chance to become a champion. A well-improved guy, but even Spivak, remember Spivak used to be real fat? He used to be all overweight, and now Spivak got into shape. I'm telling you, the days of being like Nelson, uh, being overweight, fat, even at heavyweight, at top level in the UFC, that shit ain't happening no more. Even Derek Lewis had to fucking, get into a lot better shape to compete. Just because the level of athletes that are coming in the UFC are so high. Yeah, Jalton Almeida. I got to favor Jalton Almeida in this thing, man. He's the better TKO guy. I think he's better on the ground. Spivak is a ground guy, but I don't think his jiu-jitsu is nowhere near. But they're similar in stature. In fact, yeah, they're very similar in stature. Spivak might be a little bigger, but Jalton has got a strong grip. Doesn't have any wrestling. That's his problem. He's going to have to use his taekwondo. He's got great kicks. He's got to use his kicks to get it. And here's Jiri Prochaska versus Jamal Hill. Hill's happy. He's probably getting booed like hell. I can't hear it right now. Yeah, he's getting booed. People do not like Jamal Hill, and I think he's a very polarizing guy. And that might be good for his career in a way, even in the media, right? He made the weight. He's got to win this to get it. For him, it's a title shot. For Jiri, it's just keeping his number. For Hill, it's getting a rematch, which I don't know might happen. Because if Pieta's smart, he might just wait it out too. He's made a lot of good money. Oh, there's the woman that he's helping the cancer. She's there with him. So it was a woman, not a kid. I thought it was a kid, but it's a woman. That's all right. Dana matched that money. What I would have asked is I would have asked Dana if he could match or provide a donation 50,000 for the relief in L.A., which I'm certain he's donating something. Dana's not a dickhead, man. He's a generous guy, and I'm certain he is giving some money to the firefighters or to a fund over there in LA. Yes, look at the size. Same size. And we'll zoom out. I want to see their arm. Yeah, they're same. Jamal Hill might have a slightly longer reach. Jerry's just got to fucking kick, keep him at bay. And look out for that left, like just stay away from that left, from that, which I think should have been catapulted to the main event, but they didn't want to. Divishvili versus Nurmagomedov. A lot of people are Marab. His number is going to drop. A lot of people, don't sleep on Marab. He's the champ. You get in the champ. We see who's there. Khabib is there in his corner. That's always a good sign for a Russian fighter, for Khabib being there, man. And he's got to be there for two fights. It's always fucking incredible to have fucking Khabib in your corner, right? So he is an intelligent fighter. He's a very good coach. I mean, trained by his father, right? This is his destiny, is to be a coach and to help all these future champions. And that's his MO, and that's what he always wanted to do. And he gets paid for doing it. Fucking Divishvili looks fucking ripped. He's ready. He's ready to go. Yeah. Divishvili is always the shorter guy. No matter who he's fighting, he's smaller. Yeah, he shaked Khabib's hand, and he can wrestle. People will forget that Divishvili is like one of the best wrestlers in UFC history. He might become the best wrestler, have the most takedowns. All he needs is like 2 takedowns against Umar to become the have the most takedowns in UFC history. I think for sure he has like the most takedowns in a fight, and then he has the most takedowns average wise, like per minute. So he's already probably surpassed George St. Pierre in those metrics, but in overall, I think he needs like 2 or 7 or something. Not very many. He doesn't need a lot of takedowns, and that's his MO. And I think he could do it. I think he's one of the better dogs on this card. And we see Holland now as a dog, and then Aline against Cara Rosa. as a dog, I mean, those are the dogs I'm looking at myself to possibly bet on here. So yeah, and Devashili's always ready, man. You know, I got to give props to Devashili, man. I think he'd be great. And his future is in front of the camera. He's got a great personality, great smile, very emotional guy. I think if he shores up his professionalism, he could be. It'd be good to get a or even one of these like him. He's from Georgia, which used to be part of Russia. Like to get a Eastern European commentator on the desk, or at least helping out, or him just being ringside, almost like what Dean Thomas does, or just helping out, like Renato Moicano, same thing. He's meant for the mic. Moicano could almost go to like wrestling, but he's just too small, right? Moicano, great personality, right? But Ed, he needs to level it off and focus, and maybe in the future become somebody that's going to be in front of the camera, like because he's got a great personality. He's funny. I think he's a little too much of a trumper, too much politics, like follows that vein a little too much. But yeah, there's Islam, always fucking cold as ice, man. Cool customer, never fucking worried about anything there. Moicano, look at, it's got a slight height advantage, definite reach advantage. He's not backing down. Moicano's not Moicano. Moicano knows the opportunity that's before him. Like it's money Moicano. He wanted the money, and he's getting paid. He definitely got more money too, so he's happy, right? And I agree with him. And losing is not an option. He loses, he might not see the championship for quite some time. So yeah, there it is, guys. Fight pressure's over. Calm, cool. Makachev, Islam doing his thing. Guys, I appreciate anybody that's made it this far. Welcome, bout betters. Right? What is that? What is that? Oh no. I appreciate anybody that's come in. We'll be streaming tomorrow at some point, probably at the 2 o'clock range. We'll see. We'll see. It will be a pre-fight. We'll try to get the guys on in the chat. Again, if you've made it this far, I appreciate you. Please always comment, like, subscribe. Be careful what your bet within your means. Look at what you're doing as your bet. Be honest with yourself on what it is that you can bet in terms of quantity. And remember, you're betting with what you can afford to lose. We're not, right? Don't change your life negatively or that drastically betting on these fights, because there are some risks to it. But there are some good dogs. Joey's pick is Jerry Prochaska. I don't think he was on Eileen. He also had Sobchak or Sobchik by finish. So that was his pick. Brian did not give his 2 picks, so we didn't hear his picks. Ray didn't give his pick at all. But that's what we have for the card, guys. Again, if you've made this far, you are about better. Appreciate anybody that comes in and listens. Please hit that like button, comment, and say anything. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Have a good night. Stay safe. Party. Have a good time. And stay safe. All right, guys? We out.